Either, neither, or both. What does that even mean? We're gonna get to that in a second, but before we do, please hit the subscribe button. We're here every week. If you like the video, like it. This is kind of fun. We've got 3 scenarios in here, and we're gonna decide if either, neither, or both are realistic possibilities, or if they're really gonna happen. So why don't we just get right into it? You know what? I'm gonna go first today.
How you doing?
I'm not gonna look.
Go.
How you doing, Dave?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Doing good.
Okay, we're done.
All right. A Tiger Woods item sells for $10 million plus, or a Michael Jordan item sells for $10 million plus. So think about it, guys. We're going to get our answers here in 1, 2, 3.
Oh,
Wow.
Okay.
the triple.
All right.
Okay.
We know what we're talking about, obviously. Carlo, why'd you pick both?
You know, the cultural impact of these guys, they're
Nice.
they're
I like
still
that.
very
I like
much
that.
relevant.
I like
They're the goats of what they do. They've already had massive sales. I just continue to see that trend going upward. I mean, Jordan just, you know, he's the most recognizable man on the planet for like a decade straight, right? And you can pull from all different parts of his career to pull these crazy items. And, you know, same thing with Tiger. He made golf cool, right? He made it popular. So that's kind of where I'm at. I think they could both see a $10 million sale.
And we're talking a $10 million item. There's probably been, what? You can count on one hand how many $10 million items
Yeah.
have ever sold. And we're saying
And we're all pretty confident about it.
yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Kroops, why do you think so?
I just think that's the way the market's going. I mean, the more and more people are coming into this hobby that didn't even know this world existed, I think, you know, they want to collect the best of the best. They want to have that next best piece that they think is that essential investment for many, many years to come. And, you know, when you think of investment pieces and you think of those sure things, those 2 guys, Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods, they're at the top of every list. When you think of that, you know, just safe bet, that long term, I mean, how could it ever really go down?
If we were doing this in the 80s, we'd be saying like 70s, Babe Ruth, Mickey Mantle. Today, we're saying Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods.
Babe
So
Ruth, I mean, that's
what I'm saying.
Not a crazy
Yeah.
one. There's $10 million
Sure.
items of Ruth as well,
Yeah.
I'm sure. So I just think that Mount Rushmore of guys, you know, that's the type of pieces that people will always pay whatever they have to pay for.
fair.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, look, I'm going to explain why. I think we're going to see in the future, sooner or later, there's going to be a Jordan first worn jersey or an
Exactly.
NBA Finals winning shot jersey or something like that come out. Maybe even Jordan's ring, something down
Dream
the line
Team
that'll
stuff.
come out.
He has so many massive milestone landmarks that the whole world can recognize.
Right, and then Tiger, we just got $360,000 for his bag from 2005. We might see the shirt that he wore during a winning championship. We might see his clubs from a championship comeback or a major. So we might see some of those things come up. I don't know if it's going to be in a year. It might be 10 years from now.
But
I see one day both of those guys, 100%. I'm going both.
Agree.
Carlo,
Agree.
Both
Hit us, man.
Both those guys are bigger than sports, you know, and that's where you can get those kinds of sales. Okay, good one here. Either, neither, or both. Tom Brady wins another Super Bowl. LeBron James wins another NBA title. Either, neither, or both. All right, on 3, guys. You guys ready? 1, 2, 3.
all right.
Lone Wolf, baby.
Lone Wolf Fry. Why is no one going to
More like a lone cub, but let's go.
And this really kills me because LeBron is, you know, my favorite athlete. But the thing about it is, age is undefeated at the end of the day, and I think they both are top of their game. I think they're elite level, top 5 guys in the league. I don't think there's any question about it. But to get over that final hump to win another championship, I just personally don't see it for either, unfortunately.
David, you had either.
Yeah, I don't think it's
So
going to be Brady.
which one will win? Which one won't?
It's not going to be Brady. I don't think it's going to be Brady.
Because of the age or just
Yeah, I
team?
mean, look, I think it's pretty established that he either wins it this year or he doesn't ever play again, probably. So I don't see that being the case.
Yeah.
The reason I said either, I was referring to LeBron. I think LeBron is going to play for several more years, maybe even when his son comes in. I think that team is going to put some pieces together either this year or next, maybe even this year. We might see it coming up in the next 12 months. I think LeBron James got one more in him.
I would love
Carlo?
it. I would love it.
Not to just reiterate, Dave, but I agree. I mean, this is it for Brady, right? I think he's done. Whereas not only is LeBron motivated to play with his son, he's basically player/GM. He's going to put together the pieces he needs to win another title and start to be more of a complementary piece. He's a smart guy. He wants number 6. Brady's by far established as the best to ever do it. LeBron's still motivated more than Brady. I think Brady's out, LeBron's in.
You think, wow, LeBron's more motivated than Brady?
Well, I just think LeBron is motivated to play with his son, and I think LeBron plays GM and will keep putting together teams he needs to win.
That's funny because I actually think that hurts him a little bit because I think he's so more into the big picture of just getting to play with his sons. He even said his youngest son he wants to play with 2 now, and he'll be like 45 years old or something. I think it's more of just like a long game of him wanting to enjoy the rest of his career, which is great. I just don't think that's going to be a championship.
He's a winner. He wants to win.
He's my favorite player. You don't have to tell me. Trust me.
He's a winner.
I hope he wins. I hope he wins 10 more, but I just don't think it's going to happen.
All right, Kroops, one more. Here you go. What
Group
do we
of
got?
the cup,
What
baby.
do
What do you got?
All right, we got Tom Brady wins another Super Bowl.
We just did that
We just
one,
did
buddy.
that one. Where are you, man?
Well, you just gave it to me.
I know. Here you go.
I was going to read it. I was going to play with it again. I was going to stick with
He's going to say both. Yeah.
I was going to change my answer. I think LeBron's going to win again.
All right. There we
That's
go.
why he's the lone cup, baby.
Mike Trout makes the World Series, or Luka Doncic reaches NBA Finals.
Good one.
Wow.
Hold on, let me think about this.
Ooh. Okay. Kroops, count us down.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Wow.
All right, the lone wolf.
The lone
Carlo.
grizzly bear, baby.
All right, both.
I didn't see that one coming.
Yeah, I know, because I know we're going to say, of course, Trout won't. But, look, here's the thing. I believe in Luca because I believe in Cuban. I believe in Dallas. I think Cuban is motivated to win. He's going to put the pieces around him. I still think Trout's got a shot. Number 1, he's at the top of his game. Ohtani's at the top of his game. They're talking about changing ownerships, kind of redoing that whole team. They want to build a winner there. They're in the right market. They got the money to do so. I think Trout's going to start to get into that phase where he's like, okay, I need to start winning some games. They're literally talking about changing ownership of the whole team. There's going to be a complete reboot to the Angels. I think it motivates them. They got arguably the 2 best players right now. They got the money. They got the city. They're going to get it done.
Wow.
Oh, I just don't see it.
That's why you picked either guy.
know, Ryan.
You guys both picked Luka, so go ahead.
I mean, I think Luka is definitely going to get to the NBA Finals. I think he's
Wins? No, he's got reaches.
No,
Okay,
he
reaches
has
the
to
finals.
win
All
it.
right,
I
right.
can't
So
say
that's
that,
yeah.
but I just think he's got everything. He's got the makings of everything you want in a player. He's got his head on right. He's super driven. He's a hard worker. He's a good leader. I just think when you put all that together with, like you said, Cuban having that backing you up, like I think he's always going to put the right pieces in play to make sure he gets there because he realizes what he has in Luka. So I think that's inevitable. As much as I love Trout, I just don't see it happening. I think once he signed that lifetime deal, it was kind of the end of that for him. Year after year, the Angels just kind of let everybody down. I think that's, it's been more than disappointing. And you're going to tell me you have Shohei Ohtani and him on the same team. I mean, a generational talent, a Babe Ruth type player with one of the greatest players we've ever seen, and you still can't get there? I just don't think it's going to happen.
Even not to cut you off, even more incentive because they don't want Ohtani to bolt to New York. So they're going to get a new owner. They're going to retool the team. They got to keep both those guys. I could see a good future for them.
I would love it. I would love to see it.
But I get it.
Look, I could have gone with both just as much as either. I think Luka getting to the finals, I can see that happening. I could probably even see Luka winning. And maybe I picked either because I actually thought it said Luka wins the championship.
No, even better,
look,
yeah.
Dirk, has won it. The Dallas teams have gone there.
Yeah.
I see Luka at the very least making the final. Look, we've seen Patrick Ewing, we've seen AI, we've seen guys take teams
True.
to the finals. I think them making the finals is realistic. On the other end, Trout, the Angels, look, you got the New York Yankees in the American League. The World Series hopes probably
When was
not
the last
too
time the
great.
Yankees made the World Series?
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. 2009, obviously.
Yeah.
But
2009?
2009,
It's
they
2022,
won it.
bro.
They won it. They
Don't
ran
worry
through
about that,
everybody.
Carlo.
Look,
Don't worry
if
about
the
that.
Astros weren't cheating, they would have
Don't
been
worry
there
about that.
twice more, as
Oh, my
well.
God.
But something else you have to consider with Trout is, look, he's got 7 homers. This is 7 straight
Yeah.
games. The guy's hot. He's playing well. Is he really going to even continue to play out for full career? We don't know this. His back had some issues. We just don't know with Mike Trout. I feel like Luka, one of the two, and look, Trout could make it down there. Anything could happen. It's baseball. So I think one of the two was a pretty safe bet. So I feel pretty confident in my either.
Let me ask you this though. So if you compare that scenario, which one happens that changes that person's card market more?
That's a dude. Well, you know why that's a good question? Because they're both multi-million-dollar sales already.
Exactly.
Trout 3.6, Luca 4.5.
They've reached those plateaus.
They're
that
both
nobody
extremely
reaches,
high, right? It's one of those
crazy.
like Patrick Mahomes situations, like except with Trout, it's not World Series or bust. With Mahomes, it's always Super Bowl or bust or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the guys goes out and scores 5 TDs and people are down on him. You know, I mean, it's amazing. But I think for the card market, I think it still is going to be Mike Trout. I think Luka getting to the finals, you know, could impact him, but he sells hot. I mean, that could be a big difference. But if Trout makes the World Series, nobody's really counting or expecting that as much. So that's going to be a crazy situation. I realize in baseball it doesn't impact it like it does in basketball, but Luka still has to win. I think if either of them win it all, I think Luka actually goes up even more.
I'll put it the other way. Trout's safer if he doesn't, where Luka could fall off a massive cliff if he doesn't, because it's kind of understood that Trout probably, at least it's assumed he won't. And his, you know, all his Bowman Chrome, whatever, 6-figure cards, where Luka, he better make it.
But the flip side of that, though,
We keep flipping the sides
The
here.
other argument
Flip
you can make, though,
Flip it.
is Luka's an international superstar. Mike Trout's not. So he's huge here. He's the best player in MLB, in my opinion, and like now in America. However, if you look at Mike Trout on the global scale, the MLB always wanted him to be the face of it, but he's just not. He's more of a reserved guy. He's not out there. He's not doing commercials. He's not doing like endorsements. Luka's loved like internationally. So I think almost if Trout finally makes it to that big stage, forces people around the world to really appreciate his greatness, I think that could really impact his
On
cards.
the flip side of that,
Okay, flip it
Flip
again.
it. Let's go.
Otani has
Yeah.
brought in such an international market
great.
to the
Yeah.
Angels,
True.
which has brought more interest into Michael Trout globally. Let's just keep flipping.
Look, on the
But-
flip side of that, is the World Series even a global scale?
Oh,
It
well
definitely
said.
Is it?
Definitely.
It's the series of the world, but is it global? Like the NBA, it really is. You have everybody from every country.
you're
You've
right.
got markets all over
That's
the
fair.
place, right? So
I'm
Baseball-
trying to
And they'll
flip
be
another
built that way,
side.
though, the World Baseball Classic. There's things that tie, our players all over.
look,
There's-
I'm getting tired of
we could get
flipping it.
there.
These guys are getting tired of flipping it. Look, we appreciate you tuning in. I like this game here, honestly.
Are these guys studs? Either, neither, or both? All.
Are we
The
studs?
All.
We don't have an option.
All,
All
the
right.
above.
All
There's
right.
not all the above.
Guys, subscribe, please. Every week we are here providing you with valuable information and entertainment. So, guys, we'll be back next week. We'll see you then.
How you doing?